And on our slide two is our group members. Then I can use this one quickly. Well, these are the group members. And with our introduction, I think it is clear that we know that in Africa, more than half of the population is the young people. And we are also reliably informed that by 2035, our young people will make up to nearly 75% of our workforce. So the better we invest on our young people, as it is now, the better. So the Kampala Declaration and its domestication process rather presents an opportunity to institutionalize our young people, take advantage of their energy, and include them in the agricultural transformation, food system, and economic resilience. So between now and December 2025, we're in the transition period. What we are calling for is for young people to be presented in the CAADP country teams, your national task forces, and multi-stakeholder platforms. It is a norm in Africa that one person will lose election this year. We find them leading the national task force, and when you look at their age, they're apparently 65 years, and then the youngest in the group would be probably 55 years, and then young people will not be catered for. So we are calling for inclusion of young people between now and then into the task forces. And then Ministry of Agriculture, your Ministry of Education and Youth should create inter-ministerial working platforms or working groups that specifically consider youth perspectives in all policy frameworks. And then include youth-led organizations and entrepreneurs in national CAADP validation workshops, ensuring that their voices shape the domestication process. And then in terms of the transition continued, we are calling forth for advocacy and social mobilization. This is the period for resource mobilization. And when you talk about the resource mobilization, you are talking to not only financial resources but also human capital resources, like human resources, which lies mostly into the young people. And we're also saying young people can actually be called for to be utilized onto how to hold governments accountable using the manual review tools and build a continental youth for CAADP movement, linking youth in rural and urban areas. Because we know that most of the time, like right now we're in Johannesburg, and most young people in South Africa who are invested in farming, they are in rural areas. And if I would say indicate by head, young people from rural South Africa here, you will find that they are not here. So we also want them to be really included in the process. And then, okay, my background is politics and communication. So we want journalists. I heard Dr. Manu earlier talking about the importance of communication. We need journalists to be capacitated in terms of, because at the end of the day you need them to raise awareness in terms of the Kampala Declaration and going forward to 2035. So we need equipped journalists, not those who are going to be only taking notes, but solution-based journalism at the end of the day. So then the role of youth in the domestication process, we know 2026 January is coming, we are domesticating. So what is the role of young people? We ought to introduce the youth citizen scorecards to assess government progress on CAADP indicators at local level. Because I know that African Union Development Agency and African Union Commission, they only provide advice, but the people who would be able to provide oversight are the CSOs, your youth movements, and national stakeholders. So we want young people to have that scorecard, and then usage of mobile tools, surveys, and community listening sessions to generate feedback loops. And this also will be speaking to young local farmers and agro dealers, and then empower youth to be auditors for public agricultural investments, especially around gender sensitive and youth responsive budgeting. Then we want all stakeholders to leverage youth digital savviness to build digital agriculture ecosystems, including your e-extension services, mobile weather platforms, drone tech, and AI for soil and seed and crop management. Also support the development of youth-led agri-tech startups through the triple keys and challenge funds, and then promote hackathons, innovation fairs, and continent-wide youth startup competitions to source local solutions from young people. I want